Boom. Let's do this. Today, we're going to go over the lessons from the wreckage and how ignoring certain things can cause pilots to crash due to their terrain and their things around them. My name is Jack Miller, Jack Von Miller. I'm in aerospace engineering at the King's Academy in West Palm, in Florida. That's in America, in North America, on Earth. It's 7 planets away from the sun, 4 planets away from Pluto, and it's pretty close to the Milky Way. Let's do this, guys. Let's go. Planes can crash for many different reasons. However, the ones that we're going to be going over today is pilot error, specifically with terrain and obstacles in the plane's path of flight. Some examples of this, of these terrain crashes are going to be power lines, mountains, hills, cell towers. These things, even trees, these things can be in the way of the pilot in the plane, causing crashes. Our first example here is the E-1000. A pilot is flying this plane and it's approaching into mountainous terrain. This terrain had many obstacles, including a steep incline to get to this runway. The pilot was supplied with no-TIM warnings. However, ignoring these, he flew at a low altitude and crashed into the side of the mountain. A no-TIM is a written notification issued to pilots before a flight, advising them of circumstances relating to the flying. That's that. Our second example here is going to be example Thomas Graham Teeny 2. This plane is not a commercial plane or a private plane. It is a custom-built plane. And due to being custom-built, the builder had someone filming this, which is where we're getting the information from. The airplane was filmed flying low with gear down in sight of a field that had power lines. The pilot took a left bank roll, rapidly increased his speed, and smashed into the side of these power lines. These power lines caused the plane to flip and roll and hit the ground, causing an explosion, killing the man who was flying the plane. A horrible circumstance. Our third and final example here is the CCX 1865, another home-built airplane. However, this airplane did in fact hit power lines as well, but for different reasons. This pilot was flying at a super low altitude for reasons we don't understand, but he was also a registered pilot, which means he did have somewhat knowledge of what he was doing. The investigation is still going on, and it did also cause him to die. Finally, our words of wisdom for aircraft operators that are going to be flying planes. First thing is power lines, towers, wires, mountains, things of this nature. They're very hard to see, especially from the air. It's hard to see power lines when you're flying a plane. It's also hard to see mountains and hills at night. Flight 2 and 3 is a reminder that low-level flying around, especially around power lines, requires extreme caution and knowledge of local obstacles and things of that nature. The first example also gives us a great lesson, as we need to understand what our plane is capable of, and we need to also make sure that we're taking full notice of and advantage of the things that the pilots, controllers are giving us from outside the plane, the information that we can use to fly the plane. Lastly, before every flight, you got to know your NOTAMs and what people are giving you. There you go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me.